Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Man Time here. It is the future. And look what I've found. An original equipment, antique Stihl bar. Says Stihl right on it. It's 20-inch, 3/8, so it's the perfect size for this saw. Maybe a little on the heavy side, but well within the range. The guy at my local store sold it to me, found it, and got me a new chain and also the carb kit, so we can get this project to completion today. I've got the freshen air blowing on me. It's about 100 degrees as usual in Texas. Feels like it was raining all day yesterday. So let's jump into it. I've got the chain all set here. I'm going to go ahead and take the carb off and put my new gaskets and flow seals and bowls and all that stuff on there. While I'm in there, I'm going to check my pilot and a couple other things and just make sure everything's up to snuff. Everything's new here, so I've got all the pieces and parts that I need to do the job. So we're going to start by taking the handle assembly loose so I can get it up to get that fuel line off of there, get our air filter off of there, and disconnect our fuel lines, get that little E-clip off of there. Carb will come right off. I'll put all the new parts on it, and it'll probably go pretty fast. Alright, so there was a couple things wrong with the carburetor here. This was actually upside down. It goes gasket first, and then the rubber with the metal, but it goes like that. So this was switched around originally in the carburetor. Maybe why the guy pulled it till he broke the cord, but watched a little YouTube and figured out how to put it in there right, so we'll get it back together. Alright, gentlemen, hope this video wasn't too drawn out. There's about everything possibly wrong with this saw to be wrong. From the cord being broken to some bare wires on the coil, to the handle being bent, to the grommets being missing, of course missing the bar and the chain. The studs were jacked up and a little loose. What else? But other than that, and the carb being put together wrong, so all in all, a lot of stuff wrong with it. So it might be a long video. I'll try to condense it down as much as possible. And apologize for missing the blacksmithing I had earlier on the mower, but it happens. I've got a new system now, so whenever I'm not recording, I'm just going to turn the camera off so there's a black screen. I'm not looking at a picture, and hopefully that'll solve it. But we'll see going forward. Also, you may have noticed the freshen air in the back. Couldn't put it in the barn. It's just too beautiful, and it helps out here so much. So let's get some gas in it and let's see what it does. The factory settings on there. Carb is 1 1/4 turns out for both the idle and run, and the kit that I used here was a K10 WAT for my Walbro carburetor. So let's get it going. Alright, so here we go. No initial trying to fire it. I'm going to put the choke on, half throttle, and let's see how it goes here. Alright, choke off, still half throttle. The stop button even works. Alright gang, I don't have much in the way of down trees over here, so I've got this one that I was testing out at Axon. We'll try it out on that one. You can still see I'm missing the side cover plate. I've got that on order. But I think this will be an alright. Just trial run of it, first run, first wood cut, brand new chain, matching bar that the guy just happened to have at the lawn and garden store. Thank you so much for that. I guess this is a typical $90 bar with the 3 rivet replaceable tip on it. Original Stihl equipment. Couldn't be happier. So let's see how she does here. Choke off, start on. more can you say? They call this an antique saw. Doesn't seem very antique to me. Thanks for joining me on Man Time. Get out there, have you some man time too. Get an antique chainsaw.